How you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being with us.
I appreciate it. Absolutely.
What is your book called?
My book is called Ooze, Ooze. I originally wanted to call it Sand Dollar Daisies, but I felt like that wasn't too marketable, so we went with Ooze.
Why has it been released 2 times?
The book has been released 2 times because I originally released it under a ghostwriter's name named Dominic Michaels, and it was a very rushed publication, an author's cut. There were some issues with, grammar and punctuation. So I decided to go in and fix those errors. It was little things like its or possessive its. So I went in and fixed those, and then we are going to publish it again, and I decided this time to go with my name. Go with who I really am, Michael DeWilde.
Do you have any other books?
I don't have any other books that are published, but I do have several other books in the works. Often I do a lot of my writings based on dreams that I have and obviously real life experiences. So I do have like a horror story based on a dream. I have 2 adolescent/children's books that I actually originally envisioned as like a Pixar movie or something. And I also have an autobiography that's probably that close to being finished. And that one's pretty cool too. It's a little mix up. It's not just a story. I mix in my dreams and such. So yeah, I am working on other things as well.
What inspired the book?
The book was inspired by a conversation that I had with a couple of my friends. And I don't know how we got on the subject, but for some reason, suicide was what we were talking about. And they had mentioned and asked, if you had to commit suicide, how would you do it? So that sparked a long conversation, and everyone was kind of telling their ideas. Not that I condone that behavior or the conversation by any means, because I don't. Suicide's a very touchy subject for me, but it was still discussed, and what was discussed inspired part of the story.
What is it about?
The book is a tragic romance novel. It is a love story about 2 adolescent lovers that were separated in their childhood and have been reunited as adults, and they are trying to piece things back together, because they experienced so much in that time that they had spent apart. So they're trying to piece things back together, and they will try everything they can to be together. And actually, there are some major hurdles, and they both question if they even deserve one another because of their hurts and the scars that they have experienced in life and the self-doubt that they've developed over time. So yeah, it's a tragic love story, and these 2 people will basically end up doing anything and everything they can to be together. The main male character's name is Jonathan Ramiro. He's a young writer, famous writer, or at least he has a couple niches that he's in, and he is a successful writer. That's his job. His father is a lawyer, and he obviously comes from money, but he does have some emotional scarring because his mother left him as a young child, him and his father. And that's a little bit about Jonathan. And then the female lead character she's not going to be named because she goes by many names in the book, and you're going to have to read it, and we'll see if you can even catch her name, but call her different things throughout the story. And that's the lady in the velvet red dress, or the Aurora's Beauty, or the caramel complected beauty. So the Aurora's Beauty was raised in foster care and did not have a stable upbringing, did not have financial support, and had to basically learn how to do things on her own. And she experimented with some abnormal things to make her money. And so basically those are the two primary characters. And you will meet some of their acquaintances and the antagonists that the Aurora's Beauty is trying to escape. And you might even see an antagonist on Mr. Ramiro's side, and it might be someone close to him. You're going to have to check it out.
So I'm aware that this book is not just a story. What else do you have going on in the book?
You are right. It is not just a story. So the male character, Jonathan, is a writer, and you will see a lot of Jonathan's writings throughout the book. You'll catch a love letter from him to the caramel-complected lady, or you might catch a poem that he had written. And so, yeah, it'll be a few chapters and then a poem, or a few chapters and then a love letter. So it's kind of a mix. It's not just the story. Yep.
Can you tell us more about yourself?
Of course. I am an artist and entrepreneur in many ways, and I'm always trying to, build a new business or a brand, and I'm always trying something. I am very skilled at music production and engineering. I feel like that is my predominant skill. I really enjoy doing that, and that is what I probably do most. I love photography, videography, and basically anything creative. But I like doing simple things like working in the yard and mowing my lawn and just fixing up stuff around the house. So yeah, I like doing a lot of stuff. And of course, I have to set time aside for my lovely lady and my kiddos. So yeah, that's a little bit about myself.
Thank you for doing this interview with us. I've read the book and I think it's phenomenal.
That's awesome. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. And Ooze, you better go get it in stores now. I appreciate your support and your time. Thank you.